Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, parents. This week, we're continuing our theme about animals and we're focusing on zoo animals. So, I want to read you a little paragraph about zoo animals. This is for you, parents and students. Roaring lions, clowning chimps, gigantic snakes, birds in tuxedos. What's not to learn about the zoo? This week, children will learn interesting facts about some of the Earth's most intriguing creatures, animals, specifically zoo animals. All right, so that's what we're working on this week. We're talking about zoo animals. So let's get ready for our daily message. As always, I read, you read. Today is Monday, April 13th, 2020. It is a cloudy day. Today is Monday, April 13th, 2020. It is a cloudy day. Our wonderful word of the week this week is zoology. Zoology. Can you say that word with me? Zoology. I bet you can figure out exactly what zoology means just from the way that it sounds. I already told you that we're talking about the zoo this week, zoo animals this week. Our wonderful word of the week is zoology. Zoology. So, zoology, it must mean something that has to do with the zoo. In fact, it's all about the zoo, the study of the zoo, what happens at the zoo, zoology. Z, z, z. What sound do we hear at the beginning of zoology? We hear the sound that the letter Z makes, right? Z. Kind of sounds like a bumblebee, doesn't it? Z. Zoology. So that's what we're going to be talking about this week. All right, we're going to disengage the stress response. Again, today, we're going to pretend to be balloons. So let's get ready to blow up our balloons. We're going to place our hands on top of our head. And as we lift our fingers up, or our hands up, we're going to pretend that the balloon is inflating. That means the balloon is getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And when we pop the balloon, that balloon is going to deflate and we're going to make that noise. Kind of like the sound that the air makes when it goes out of a balloon. You ready? We're going to do this 3 times. Here we go for the first time. Let's get ready to inflate our balloon. Let's pop it. You blew that air out, right? All right, let's go again. Let's get ready. Last time. Let's go. Pop it. All right. One deep breath. All right, let's go. So we're talking about zoology. We're talking about the sound that the letter Z makes. I'll be back later with another short mini lesson on the sound that Z makes. Z makes. I want to tell you about a song that I used to sing with my boys and girls when I was a teacher in Detroit, Michigan. And it was Mama's Taking Us to the Zoo Tomorrow. Of course, right now we can't go to the zoo because we're all at home quarantining so that we can be safe and the zoo animals can be safe too. So we're going to be using our imagination as we continue to learn during quarantine learning with Mrs. Sorrell, okay? Remember, when we use our imagination, we're visualizing. That means you can close your eyes and you can think about things and you can actually see imagery or pictures in your mind. You don't even have to close your eyes. You can just think about it. So, we're going to pretend this week that we are going on a trip to the zoo. In fact, boys and girls, I have put on our Google Classroom page a link to a YouTube video, a virtual trip to the zoo, to the Miami Zoo. Have you ever been to the zoo before? All right, so that's what we're going to be looking at today, a video about going on a trip to the Miami Zoo. Wherever you are, whether you're in Detroit or Indiana or wherever you are across the United States right now, or maybe even in another country, if you're able to look at this, you can pretend to go to your local zoo. We have something here. We have the Palm Beach County Zoo. We have Lion Country Safari. Oh, that's a place that I love going to. So, again, we're going to use our imagination and we're going to travel to the zoo today. All right. But here's that song I was talking about. Mama's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, zoo tomorrow. Mama's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, and we can play all day. We're going to the zoo. How about you? You can come too. We're going to the zoo. Will you sing that with me? All right, here we go. Mama's taking us to the zoo tomorrow. Mama's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, and we can play all day. We're going to the zoo. How about you? You can come too. We're going to the zoo. And there are other verses that go to that song. I'm going to check and see if I can find it on a YouTube video, and I'll add a link in our Google Classroom. If you're not in our Google Classroom, you can do some research yourself. You can check it out on YouTube and see if you can find that song. It goes on to talk about what the monkeys are doing, what the lions are doing at the zoo. So that's going to be fun this week, right? All right, boys and girls. So I want to show you a sentence. We go by the zoo. We go by the zoo. That's an interesting sentence, isn't it? That was one of our sight words last week. We, W-E. Go. Go is also one of our sight words. By. The. Zoo. All right. Can you read this with me? We go by the zoo. We go by the zoo. Sometimes when I'm on my way to work, I drive by Lion Country Safari. That means you're not really going in the zoo, you're passing the zoo as you're traveling. Some people even say that, hey, let's stop by the zoo today. Now, if you say it like that, you are going to the zoo. But let's play a quick little game. You ready? We. Let's listen to the sounds in the word we. W, e, w, e, we. Let's listen to the sounds in the word go. G, o, go. Let's listen to the sounds in the word zoo. Z, oo, zoo. And we say ooh because when there are two O's together, sometimes it sounds like ooh. So let's do that again. W, e, we, g, o, go, z, oo, zoo, zoo. Is this W an uppercase W or a lowercase W? They pretty much look the same. I'm going to write an uppercase W and a lowercase W so you can see what I mean. There's our W's. So if you said that this was an uppercase W, thumbs up to you. Here is our uppercase W. Here is our lowercase w. Is this a lowercase z or an uppercase z? Not quite sure? All right, I'm going to write them. Z. Here's letter Z. And just like W, uppercase Z and lowercase z, they look the same, except one is big and one is small. One is big and one is small. One is tall, one is short. Z, Z, Z. Z sounds like Z, Z, Z. That's what we're working on this week or today. We're working on the letter Z and we're talking about the letter W. W, Z, W for W, Z for Z. All right? Okay, boys and girls, we've reached that time of the morning where we wish each other well. I wish you well, everyone who's watching this. I'm going to refer to my students' names, and when we get to the end, I'm going to sing I wish you well. I'm going to pause and let you put your name in that space. All right? You got it? For instance, if I were to say, I wish you well, and while I'm quiet, you would say your name, whether your name is Peyton or Preston or Dorian or Mikey or Malik or Mackenzie or Skylar or, oh, I can't even think of all the different names. You guys have so many different names. But when I pause, be sure to put your name in that space. All right? So let's take a look at our classes' names. We wish you well, Anthony Butler. We wish you well, Anthony Williams and Ariana, Ariane, Bailey, Britton, David, Dalen Brown, Dalen Bolden, Fabian, George, Jason, Jaden, Jocelyn, Kalia, Kylie, Taylor, Tristan, Tyrone, Yehoshaphat, Miss Ramirez, Miss Redding, and you. I wish you well. Pretend that your name is right here. Say your name. I wish you well. All right, so let's sing together. We wish you well. We wish you well. All through the day today, we wish you well. We wish you well. We wish you well. All through the day today, we wish you well. I wish you well, boys and girls. I'll be back in a few moments with our book that we're reading today. Welcome to Zippity Zoo. Welcome to Zippity Zoo. All right, put on your thinking caps. I'm wearing my thinking cap today. And think about what you think that story is going to be about. Welcome to Zippity Zoo. See you in a few moments.